All right. Hey, everybody. We got another fabulous interview for you. For all those people who are wondering, how do I get started? How do I know? I'm not sure if it's time for me to go. I'm bringing you interviews where you can hear from real people how they knew, what steps they took, and what it is they're doing now. So this evening, I got another one for you. I got another one for you. So I want to introduce you all to Dr. Latoya Crockett, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself to you. But I want to start out with, how did you know that, or what was the moment that you knew that you probably needed to do things a little bit different?
Hello, hello. My name is Dr. Crockett. I am the founder of Thrive with Purpose Consulting and Development, where we work with first and second year teachers by providing them one on one support in the classroom in the moment. For myself, Dr. D, I don't know if you remember, but I reached out to you 2 to 3 years ago and inquired about your services. I remember it because I was sitting outside of my classroom while a student teacher was doing their lesson. And you know what happened? Fire alarm goes off. The moment, literally, as that fire alarm was going off, you had asked me, what were you ready to do? And I could not answer you. I knew then I wanted to leave the classroom, but I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing next. So I stayed in the classroom. 2 or 3 years go by, and I am struggling. Like, I am struggling and I cannot figure it out. I sat down with the socially savvy mentor, Miss Latasha Gaston, and we were just talking through things. And she kept telling me, you need to call Dr. D. You need to call Dr. D. No matter what I said, you need to call Dr. D. So I called Dr. D, and I knew this is it. This is how I can stay in the classroom. This is how I stay connected to kids and make sure that they are thriving. This is how I can coach new teachers, first and second year teachers, student teachers, practicum students, how I can work with them all and still affect the outcome of kids.
Wow. Okay. Now you just said a whole lot, because I know that there are some people who are listening to this and they're probably thinking to themselves, I could have used that support when I was in year one or two, or when I was a practicum teacher. We all remember those practicum teaching days. And they are probably thinking, so what might that look like? Because you also said something else. You said in the moment
Mhm.
support. What does that mean?
We know we have instructional coaches who push into our classrooms through the building. If we are in a really good district, they have a whole coaching program, mentor program that's set up for us. So we get a mentor in the building, and we're so excited because, like, okay, I have help. And then the school year starts, and your mentor is just as busy as you are. Your mentor is in their classroom teaching. So you have 25 kindergartners over here, 5 behaviors, and you are being observed, making sure that you have stated your objective and that you are within the first 12 minutes of your mini lesson. Um, we need help, not an observation. In the moment coaching is I am right there. I am with you. I am in your classroom all day, not a quick 10-minute pop in and then pop back out. I am there with you all day. I am there supporting you in the moment. The moment that you have a behavior, I will observe and then I will give you immediate feedback. Let's go back and try this again. If you need help with your lesson planning, I am there during your planning time. This is how we do batch lesson planning. So you're not taking all of this work home with you this evening. You have a life outside of work and you deserve to enjoy it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now that's something different. Oh, that sounds real different than what's typically being sold to schools. So, how did you come up with this idea of this type of support?
This was the support that I needed. My first year teaching, I did get into teaching later in life. So I had strong classroom management. It took a minute to get the curriculum down. And how do I navigate the curriculum and yet do what my district says to do and do what's right for my kids? That was the biggest obstacle to get through. Once I got that taken care of, it was smooth sailing. If I struggled with that, I know new teachers are struggling with that, especially now, especially after COVID. New teachers need help and they don't have the help because we are short staffed, and because the staff that we do have, they are so busy trying to maintain the data. They are supporting building principals. They have their own workload. We just don't have the help in the classroom. So if I can see that, I know that other teachers out there can see that as well, and it's a need.
And I think that this also has to do with the change of times. Like people in consulting and in selling your services, you really have to be on top of trends and on top of things
Mhm.
that are coming down the pipe. And even I can see with the number of new teachers and subs and the Lord requirements that are needed to teach in a classroom, these folks are going to need some support, and they're going to need it in a different way. Because in the past, we did what, 8 PD days, professional
Mhm.
development days, that were very generic, or that still are very
Mhm.
generic. We'll do a PD on the science of reading, we'll do a PD on whatever the math curriculum is. The curriculum coordinator will put together a PD on whatever the big topic is. But
Mhm.
you're talking about something that is quite different, that is sounds like it's more personalized.
Mhm.
And is it only one to one, or do you do more than one?
I am here to meet the needs of our teachers. They are always my primary focus. So, if a teacher would like group coaching sessions, if there are several teachers in the building, or I work outside of the school district. So, if an individual teacher would like to reach out, I will always do one on one coaching. We can meet in person or we can meet via Zoom. I will do group coaching and I will do one on one coaching.
Wow, that is amazing. So tell us now, one of the questions that I have, and I know that the audience is wondering, how did you know that your purpose had evolved? So you've been a teacher, and also tell us what grade level you taught, and how did you know your purpose had evolved?
Mm. So, I have taught kindergarten, I have taught third grade. Um, I have always loved helping people, people in general. It's the Libra in me. What can I say? I just love to help people. As I got further along in my education career, that focus narrowed down to helping teachers in the classroom because teachers are always stressed out and overwhelmed. And I know that there's a way to balance it all. Once I realized the high percentage of teachers who leave within the first 3 to 5 years of teaching, like you are just getting started. Like this is the good stuff. You're finally getting traction, right? You know how to manage things. And yet, for some reason, they are still leaving us. That means we've missed the mark somewhere. And once I realized that, that clarity hit me. Like, this is it. Like, I am still passionate about teaching. I still love kids. I know that we can navigate the educational system even though it's evolving. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is how I can help teachers.
Wow. Okay. And I know that there are people who can relate to that. So now I got to ask this question. This is one that I always ask because it seems like everybody who I talk to, including myself, we went through a denial process. We went through the process of, not wanting to accept the fact that we're done. We signed the contract over again, knowing that we needed to move on. Did you experience the denial process, and what was it like?
That was hard. That I will say was one of the hardest stages in my life. It actually happened right after I got off the phone with you the first time because I took it as a sign. I am a believer in signs. Things happen for a reason. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, that's not the path that I'm supposed to go down. I'm supposed to stay in the classroom. We couldn't finish our call for a reason. This is not it. This is not meant for me. I'm a great teacher. I'm supposed to stay in the classroom. Who is going to take care of my kids if I leave? This is okay. And so I stayed and I still wasn't happy. And so I said, you know what? It's just the building. I need a change of scenery. I've been here for 5 years. Let me try something new. So I went to a new school and it was the same thing. I excelled well in the classroom, best teacher in the building. Parents love me. Other teachers are coming to me for help and to support. And yet I'm still stuck in the classroom. I can't be an instructional coach because you need me to be in the classroom. Nobody else can hold this class of 25 third graders by themselves. So you need me to stay. So, okay, I guess I'll stay. Then I said, no, this can't be it for me. I'm just going to come out the classroom. I'll figure it out. And then a colleague came to me and they were starting a new school and they said, "Oh, come on over. You can go back down to kindergarten." And I was like, it's a sign. It's just a sign. It's just not meant for me to leave the classroom. And so I went back in again and I said, "This is it, Lord. I'm not happy. I can't find happiness jumping from school to school to school." So after that conversation with Gaston, I said, "Oh, we're done. I'm done. We're going to walk out on faith."
Oh, wow. Okay, so you just said some stuff. Listen here. Because can we talk about for a minute, like this reality that a lot of us don't want to talk about, or we won't talk about it out loud?
Mhm.
And that's that reality that there are a lot of qualified educators who
Mhm.
can't go up the ladder because if they take you out of your classroom, who's going to do what you do in the classroom? Doesn't matter how qualified you are, doesn't matter how many degrees you have. They know that you would be better as the instructional coach, as the assistant principal, but they don't want to lose you in
Mhm.
that classroom. How did that make you feel?
Undervalued, not appreciated, just taken advantage of from so many different perspectives. Um, you use me to do things for you because, again, I'm a yes person. I want to help. I want to see the school succeed. I want to see my kids succeed. So if you ask me to do something, I'm going to do it for you. So you have someone who can support you with curriculum, who can modify curriculum, who shares everything that she has with all of the teachers. So you're getting teacher support, you're getting classroom management, you're getting great communication with parents, all for my teacher salary, which is still not enough. I, I have nothing left to give. I have nothing left.
Look, let me clutch my pearls because if I believe that the Lord gave me a new mission to tell these teachers, you do not have to rob Peter to pay Paul. You can make money in a different way. And what you're saying is the prime example, but we don't get to have these conversations. I
Mm,
see, and I talk to so many talented, and I'm gonna speak specifically to Black women.
mm,
Like I'll talk to them on the phone and they will have won awards and been nominated as teacher of the year and
yes.
have created programs and revised curriculum and put this show in place and supported in this way. And they get looked over for the promotion. They
Mm,
don't get the other opportunities. As a matter of fact, they get more work
yes.
and
Yes.
we accept it.
Yes. All in the name of the children. It's what's best for children. It is what's
Right.
best for children.
And so when are we going to decide we got to do what's best for us?
It takes, unfortunately, it takes a lot. As women of color, we are conditioned to carry a heavy load and to accept it as the norm. And
Yep.
until you get a disruptor like you, like Miss Gaston, that comes into your life and say, "No, that is not true. You do not have to fit that narrative." And it is a choice. You have other options out there for you. And these are the options. Let me help you get there.
It's so true. And if nothing else, y'all, as you're listening to this, and I see we got some folks in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for viewing. Share this episode. Share it out because there are too many educators who are struggling with exactly what we're talking about. And it's okay to say that we're
Mhm,
scared. Like we got kids to feed. We got a roof to keep over their heads. We all say the same thing. I got kids to feed. I got a
mhm.
roof to keep over my head. How are you able to move forward knowing that you got kids to feed and the roof to keep over their head?
That is the motivation.
Oh,
That is the motivation. I am a single parent. My daughter is my world. She is my motivation. She goes through this process with me. She is an entrepreneur in the making. She already knows she wants to have her own doggy hotel. That's what she's working towards. And I will make sure that she gets to do that. She sits in on my sessions, so she gets to hear Dr. D's voice all the time. She's some the appropriate parts of the books. She's allowed to listen to those in the car. She is learning so much. My motivation to keep pushing, to keep moving through this process is to create generational wealth. We are on a trajectory for my family to go to places we've never been before, and we're not stopping. This is just the beginning.
Wow. All right. So tell the folks about your business and how they can connect with you, and how they would be able to work with you.
So, again, my name is Dr. Crockett. I am the founder of Thrive with Purpose Consulting and Development. Although our primary focus is first and second year teachers, we do work with all teachers, practicum students, and student teachers. We provide one to one support. We can provide that support for you in your building, in the classroom, in the moment. We can provide coaching sessions outside of the classroom. We can meet on Zoom if that works better for you. We also make sure that teachers have a healthy work life balance. There are times when work has to stay at work and you need to enjoy your life and your family outside of work. So we really stress that work life balance and we help you maintain that. Right now, I will be very open and transparent. Social media is not my jam, but that's okay. That's not my zone of genius. But I do have a social media strategist. We are meeting tomorrow, so social media is coming. Right now, you can reach me at my email address, lcrockett at thrivewithpurposellc.com, or you can go to my website, thrivewithpurposellc.com.
All right. All right. And so tell us, like, what is where do you see your business at 1 year from now?
Mm. Still growing, still thriving. There are several phases to this business. We are only in phase one. So I see my business having a nationwide reach, not just supporting those teachers here in St. Louis, Missouri. We are going to be everywhere. We are going to be in New York. We are going to be in California. I see myself growing in ways that we never thought possible. This is literally just the beginning.
Okay. And as we get ready to wrap up, what is a word of advice that you would give to someone who is listening, who is, at that place where they know that they need to make a decision and do something different? What would you say to them?
I would say that you are worth so much more than the school system. It is a system. It is a system that is not built for you to thrive. You are worth so much more. Take that leap of faith, step out on faith, and do what's right for you. It is time to prioritize your health and your well being.
All right. I love it, love it, love it. So, y'all follow, well, her social media isn't up, but you can reach out to her through her email and check out her website. Connect with her if you know you need that support, or you know that there is someone that you know that needs this support. She works one to one as well as in schools. And so, reach out to her for those teachers who are maybe on a professional improvement plan. You about to lose your job. This is the type of support you need. Those first and second year teachers, you in that classroom struggling, you better run yourself on over there to that website and book a call so that you can save your job. Because a lot of times it's just little tweaks that
Mhm.
you need to make, and you just can't see it because you're too deep in the weeds. And so it's an amazing service that you provide. And I want to thank you, Dr. Crockett, for coming on, sharing your story and sharing your expertise with the audience. I know that it will touch somebody and it will help them to see, A, that they can make a different decision, and B, that there is support that is available for them in the classroom. So, all right, y'all. We'll see you all on the next interview, and share this episode. Let other people see